Hey everybody, it's time to do some sort of update here. There's been a lot going on. Right now, what I'm doing is getting the layout for my rafters. Happy birthday to me. This is what I'm doing. Party time, I tell you what. But I did have a few beers this weekend, so I had a good time. Got some relaxing, but I need to get this roof on. So let me flip y'all around. I don't know how well you can see it, but not very well at all. We'll go to this side. So I've got my marks here. I just went ahead and got center, and then your boards are 1.5 inches, so measure 3/4 out each way. That should put this board just about dead center of right here, and I'll get this first one up and then do the same in between it. So traditionally what you would do on a normal roof is like pull from one side and do your joists or your rafters at every 16 or 24. Since I kind of have a weird size here, I'm going to be in the middle there. I'm going to be less than 2 foot but more than 16, and this isn't floor joist or anything to be walked on. It's just to hold the roof on, and it being 2x6, it's more than sturdy. I've still got to put slats on and things like that, so there's going to be plenty of structure up there for my roof. Just kind of show y'all the marks right by that ladder. So I'll get my middle rafter on, and then I'll do the same thing. I'll measure in between these to get those centered up. 3 more rafters on each side. That's the main roof structure, and then what I'll have to do, about the last thing I have left to paint, is I've got to put, like, haven't decided how long I'm going to do it yet, but I got to put, I've always called them like outriggers, because I want another 2x6 to be at least 6 inches or so of overhang, because what's going to happen is this is going to get siding on it, flush with these boards all the way up. And so I want my roof to go past that a little bit to help with rot and rain and snow and all of that. And then I'll have to do the same thing over here. Now I already have those rafters cut and measured and painted. This is the rest of them. All the painting and cutting and board cleaning and all of that for the roof is done, except for those little short pieces. And obviously you can see the little bit of paint I have left to do on the post, but then like that one, and then I have to get up here and cut these posts off where I need to. Some of them were short, like I don't have to cut that one or that one, but I got to cut all 3 in the back, and I think this front one just a little bit needs to be cut. So that's going to be today. Another thing real quick, I put the video up of my shower working, but it was dark when I did it, so I'm going to explain that a little bit. We've got 180 gallon water tank here. It's called an IBC tote if you're ever looking for one of these. They sell them all over Marketplace. This pump I got off of Amazon. It's a lot better than my last pump. It's got a pressure switch in it, and you can actually take this cover off and get it tuned up. So that's what I did. So basically what I do to take a shower now is I gotta take this off and stick this hose in my water, and then you plug this guy in. When I plug it in, this automatically turns on. It'll build pressure up, and I'm not gonna hook it up right now because it works and everything, but so it builds pressure up to this valve, and then whenever I turn it on, the pump kicks back on. It goes up and continues to the shower. And my favorite thing about this is, even though it's kind of, you know, hillbilly country, if you will, it's thrown together, it's out of square, but it's 4x4, and this shower head is up at about 8 foot. I can't tell you how many showers I've been in where in houses where I had to bend my head down to get under the damn shower head. So it's been pretty nice. I've only used it once or twice, but it's definitely better than most of the showers I've used in my rent houses, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to stop this right here and get this center rafter up, get all my layouts done, and then I may put this on where you can kind of see what I'm doing. Show y'all how I stand these up. There's nothing to it really. I'm probably gonna have to get some kind of brackets for these rafters that aren't next to the post, because there's nothing, I don't know, I may just put deck boards across it. I'll figure that out. But that's what's happening here today. Like I said, I'll add to this in a little bit later. All right, so that's the rafters and how you do it. If you saw the 2 drills, the reason for that's because this wood's kind of old. I don't do this with everything, but doing what they call toe screwing, I'm going in at an angle into this kind of old wood, and after all the painting and everything I did, the last thing I want to do is split it up real bad. So you pre-drill so that it doesn't break the wood. Lets the screw go in real nice and easy. Here's one side of the roof. Cameras must have some stuff on it there. So I just got to do that all over again on this side. Obviously I got to finally cut the limb off this tree. I'm leaving this tree here because the more shade you can get, the better in the summer. And I like these sassafras trees. You can use these, you can eat them, they smell good. They make a pretty good spice that's a thickener and has some flavor to it, and then you can make tea out of the roots. So I like them. I'll try to keep those around. So basically I'll have to do the same thing again, and like I explained, I got to do the outside pieces for an overhang. I'm going to have to do some figuring there and figure out exactly how I want to do it, or if I want to do it later. But that's it. Just about to got all the rafters on. That'll be a good accomplishment. It's getting a little complicated because those posts did end up kind of getting a little bit wavy on me in this heat. I wasn't able to get the stuff on the top structure before the post started to get wonky, so I'm having to double check measurements, and honestly my phone's getting ready to die, so I'm trying to get some of this in and get it recorded before I go put it on the charger. So I'm probably not going to show the rest of this. I'll wrap it up here, and whenever I get the last of it on, and yeah, that's it. Shed's getting there. I'm about to have to start buying stuff though. That ain't fun. Anywho, talk to you later. All right, so rafters are on. That is how the shed turned out. Let me back up where it can be seen all the way. This thing turned out a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be when I planned it. Mostly taller, but that's good because I can't even touch the ceiling of this. So when I'm working in there, it's going to be great. There will eventually be a fridge and a deep freeze, and I'm going to put the electrical panel in here. A wood burn stove in this corner, and I'll probably eventually, I can always do it later, close off this other front section where the tree's in the way. But just to kind of give you a reference, that's an 8-foot ladder, that's a 4-foot ladder, and it's still got a couple feet before it touches. So that's that. I'm also couldn't turn down a good deal. Anybody who knows me knows somehow I have a knack for getting cars at awesome prices. Some of it's just because luck. I usually have the money for them when the deals come up, but I'm gonna walk over here and show you guys what I bought myself for my birthday today. Worked out. 4-wheeler's in the shop. I don't think I've brought that up. It was an older 4-wheeler. It's an 08, so I kind of expected to have some issues out of it, and I rode the hell out of it for a week solid. That way I'm not dealing with it this winter. But, and she ain't nothing super pretty, but I got me a 4-wheel drive Jeep Cherokee V8. The V8 was the important part with this, and the 4-wheel drive was. You know, it's not much of a looker, but it will get me around out here in the snow and the mud and the rain and all of that good stuff. So, and I helped a buddy out by buying it. He was kind of in a bind and not using it. So there's a few things I need to fix. Power steering's out in it, which isn't a huge deal. It is kind of hard to turn them big old tires without power steering. And he told me a CV axle needs to be fixed. So I'll be working on that, but not in this heat. It's too hot to be working on a black car. That'd just be frustrating. But I couldn't pass that up, and went ahead and picked that up. So at this point, I now got my Mustang, which doesn't run and needs tons of money and work dumped into it, but that's my little classic hot rod. I've got my dad's old pickup he brought brand new. That still runs and drives. Old Betsy does well. But now I can turn that into more of a classic restored truck and quit, you know, putting so much work on it out here. I've bumped into a couple trees. You can see there where I put a little bit of dents in it. Wasn't much I could do about it. The scratches were there, but there's a little bit of dent in that fender now. There's one other dent on it. Or actually, an icicle fell one year off my rent house and landed on the top. But other than that, it's a perfect body. I'm going to clear coat it and get a patina. Then I got my Cobalt, my little fuel saver. So I own 4 vehicles and a 4-wheeler at this point, which is not what I saw coming moving out here. But you know what? When deals come up, you got to kind of take them. And you really can't find a 4-wheel drive Jeep Cherokee for that price. And like I said, I don't mind helping my friend out. I happen to have the money, and this fall, during the fall and spring, that thing is, and the winter, that's really going to help me out to be able to, you know, if we get snow and ice, I can get off the property in that and get back to it. Whereas I'd pretty well be stuck here with the truck 2-wheel drive and the car 2-wheel drive. But I'll have to do some work before this winter on it. Couldn't turn it down though. So that's what's happening. Like I said, it's my birthday. I'm about done working for today. It's crazy hot, and I got my rafters up. no post should warp anymore. Everything should stay the way it is, and I can kind of step away from this for a few days. I'm getting kind of burnt out on messing with it. It's taken a while, and I'm getting to the point where I need to go make money to buy the roofing materials anyway. So I'm gonna end it here and sit around and drink some cold beer and try to stay cool. Y'all have a good day.